Well, hello everyone. I got my pole barn garage hat on, and what does that mean? We are going to be out in the Craps and Giggles garage. And here's what we're going to do. Out in the Craps and Giggles garage, I have these two tools right here. A wire separator and a wire cutter. And why is that? I have to remove the old fuse panel and all the wiring associated to it out of the vehicle. And why is that? I'll show you why. Make room for this. This is a painless wiring chassis harness. A complete vehicle wiring harness. It is going to replace the original crusty old wiring harness that's been in there since 1989. And in case you guys have been wondering where old Waylon is at, old Waylon is at Wheatcraft. Why is old Waylon at Wheatcraft? The former mechanic in the former garage of Air and Trial Garage somehow did not pay attention to detail, installed early model rocker arms that were supposed to fit a 1955 to 1986 small block Chevy. What kind of small block Chevy do I have? An old Waylon. A 1995 and later small block Chevy. And what is the difference between the 1995 small block Chevy and the earlier one? The 1995 Chevy requires self-aligning rocker arms because the holes for the push rods are wider in the cylinder heads than they were on the earlier ones. The self-aligning rocker arms keep the push rods in line. So what happened when I installed those? Oddly enough, the engine broke in. Didn't have any problems. But then, when I got it back and I was taking it for a test drive, I heard ticking sounds. Sounded like exhaust. I had the old Waylon over at Wheatcraft. I installed a new power steering gearbox on it. And I thought, well, I'll tighten up the exhaust. Maybe it was loose and I tightened it up, but it still made that ticking sound. Then the mechanic there says, well, it sounds like it's coming from the valve train. He said, take off that valve cover and see what happens. Oh, and I did take off that valve cover. And I did see what happens. Well, most of the rocker arms were off the valve train. And there was totally bent push rods in there. So guess what happened? The cylinder heads had to come off. They had to go back to CNP machine. They had to be redone. They had to replace valves that got damaged, stuff like that. Now I finally got the heads back and I'm allowing Wheatcraft to put everything back together on the engine because they're the ones that took it apart. So, the new mechanic at Craps and Giggles garage won't make that mistake again. All right, folks, you have a great day.